guys on the FEAR. We are here on the road. I'm liking these shows, Tim.
Oh yeah.
We're here at Miami University, and we came here specifically for their esports team, the Red Hawks. It's really cool inside the Armstrong Student Center. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, they have a great student center for everyone to play, a varsity space, and also a broadcasting space as well.
It's beautiful.
It's perfect for students here. We spent a little bit of time talking to everybody and got to see the space ourselves.
Yeah, so take a look.
Ever since our varsity program started picking up, we were able to get a whole bunch of locations on campus. This is one of them. This is where we do a lot of our varsity matches for our other games like Valorant. We have this, we have another room for free play within this Armstrong facility, and we also have a practice room within one of our libraries on campus. And so it's just really awesome that we get to have all of these different opportunities to do things on campus and be able to practice on campus and just really integrate this into a part of our lives rather than it being school and then, esports. It can really be one and the same, which is really awesome that we get to do that.
It is tremendous where we have come from. This room was actually launched in October of last year, so it's been here for about a year. But the room next door was also launched at the same time. We only had the one space in King Library, and it was our practice facility, but now we have this showcase space that we can use specifically for tournaments or game day, and then we have the lounge as well that every student at Miami University has access to. I have an emotional attachment to this place, and I really have an emotional attachment to this project. It was founded when I was a student, so to be able to watch it prosper and to see it grow from where it started is really just a feat of triumph for me.
I'm very appreciative to have a big team of people to work with. I really enjoy the community especially, which is something I didn't really have before. And those have honestly just been the two major things that have changed when I was able to join the team.
We as a program have about 60 players, and then we have a forge of students that volunteer to help kind of the backline, and that's about 20-25 students. It has grown tremendously. Our first year I think we had 2, so it's pretty big now. We play 7 games. We also, in our forge, we have a team of graphic design, a team of media production, a team of social media, and a broadcast team.
This is my second year on the team and also my second year at Miami University, and I was grateful enough to get on the team by one of the previous coaches, which was Time Gear. It was also my first year competing last year. Getting into the offline environment where I'd previously just been at home doing a couple Wi-Fi tournaments, being in that offline environment was much different. I had a great time being on the team, and I was grateful enough my senior year to actually be a coach. The best part of being a coach is that it's not as Army drill sergeant, do what I say, as much as it is a cooperative, what do you guys need, what can I provide for you guys? I like that I'm leading them in a way that they are next to me, not behind me.
I will say that sometimes it can be a bit stressful trying to schedule everything together, right? With being in a STEM field, there's a lot of work that goes into it, and with in esports, there's a lot of work that goes into that as well. But I think what really allows me to make that time balance is my passion for both. I guess corny to say, but the fact that I care so much about both things makes it very easy to spend all my time on this.
At the collegiate level, my job isn't necessarily to make them go pro, because it's kind of like basketball. 1 in a million players is going to go pro. My job is to give them the connection so that when they graduate, if they want to do this, they can do this. I was lucky enough to have that opportunity when I was a student. Stelany Sirlis, who now works at Riot, she founded the program. She got me in contact with people who gave me the opportunity to work at EVO. I have worked with Markiplier. I have worked with Pokemon International, all doing media production stuff. So to have those connections, my job really now is to pass it on to them so they can use those connections to establish a career for themselves.
All right, and Tim, this was a really cool moment for us as well. At least I think so. We talked with Coach Jen, head coach here of the esports team, and we talked a little bit about women in sports, women in esports. What does it feel like? And she gave such a great answer, and I want you guys to take a listen to that and a little bit more about the team.
It's a unique position in which I would say it's both very special and not special at all. A lot of women in the esports field don't want to be acknowledged as women. We want to be acknowledged as great players, and the female part is just another trait that we have. On the other hand, there is a certain point where you have to make a choice on whether or not you're going to be kind of a beacon of representation for women in esports, or if you want to lay on the back lines. And it's a difficult choice. You know, there's a lot of women that don't want to be presented as a female in esports, and I get that. You know, I don't want to put anyone on a pedestal. On the other hand, I recognize that especially for students that are 16, 15, it's good to have that representation. When I was 16 or 15, I only played male characters because I didn't want anybody to know I was female. On the other hand, my dad played only female characters because people would give him free stuff. But point aside, once I hit college, I realized that I could be a female in esports and it wouldn't, you know, people wouldn't wag their eyebrows at me. I felt really safe and comfortable, especially in this environment with these people. So I'm able to represent that onto people now who are able to come to Miami and do the same thing.
Hey guys, we're still here at Miami University. We're in our esports lounge now, and we're here with Emma and Steven. They just came back from Riptide, and just kind of want to hear how they did. So how was doubles this past event?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was unfortunate because in losers we had to play 3 Ohio teams back to back, so it was a lot of friendly team kills.
3 Southwest Ohio teams.
Yeah, 3 like Cincinnati teams basically, but other than that, it was a really good time, and I think that we were playing pretty well. I think we could have done better, but there's always next time.
Yeah,
so.
It was a 17th place finish in doubles, and then 17th place finish as well in singles. How'd that go?
Yeah, so it was objectively a good tournament for me. I placed a little higher than I was expected to, but I definitely felt like I could have gone further. I really liked the bracket I had.
Yeah.
It was very unfortunate. I also ran into the only remaining Ohio player at the round where I got knocked out, which was Toast. He's a really good friend of mine, and I've been beating him lately, so I was happy in the sense like this is a good chance for me to like keep going forward, but he finally got me that time where it mattered, and I was like, oh, okay. But I wanted to see him go further, so I was just more sad that we had to play as opposed to losing to him in general.
And this past weekend, we just had the Kroger Wellness Festival. Steven and Emma were both on a panel with Dr. Sarah Cambridge and Leslie from Fit Gamer. How'd that go, guys?
It was a lot of fun. I had no idea what to expect when we got there, and then we showed up and they were giving out baggies of all these like free samples. I was so excited just walking around getting my like healthy energy drinks and healthy snacks. But the panel itself was really cool too. I think that Sarah was very like knowledgeable about esports and very, very good at talking about esports.
Good.
I think there's a good chance we're going back to the Kroger Wellness Festival, regardless if there's a panel.
Gotta get the
Free stuff is really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, talking in the panel was a lot of fun. It was the first time I've ever really been in front of like a live audience, I think. And that used to be my worst fear ever, but honestly, I think I handled it pretty well. I wasn't really nervous at all. I guess after you find out you just played on stream in front of a couple thousand people, it's not so hard to talk in front of a couple, like 10 or 20, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Nice. And we have a couple questions they had on the panel. We have that recorded and you can kind of listen in.
So usually I like wake up in the morning, go to work, and then we'll have a tournament in the afternoon or at night. And so I'll usually like take a couple hours in between and then go to the tournament at night. And so it's a lot harder for me to make sure that I'm getting like 8 hours of sleep and eating regular meals and everything. But usually I'm able to balance the 2 lifestyles because it is like a second job that I'm doing, like playing video games on top of working full time.
So I was like, oh wow, I get to go to Wendy's finally and, you know, get a Baconator and soda and stuff like that, right? And one of the tournaments I went to early on, I actually did that. And I played horrible. I was really lethargic. That was really noticeable. I was like, oh wow, I like brain fog as you described it. It was exactly that. I had to have more water. I drank tons of water, so much more than I did as a kid. Because I get like headaches really, really badly if I stare at a screen too often without it. And so a lot of times in my underperformance examples, generally these days if I underperform due to like lack of sleep or like a bad diet, is because I didn't have options and I wasn't prepared.
Bottoming out.
Yep.
As is. And Mecca will get it.
Able to flick and hide.
And here's Wave. And they are going to punch their ticket in.
All right, and that's it from this week's show on the road. We're gonna have a bunch more coming up. We're gonna keep those hidden in our back pocket. You're just gonna have to watch to find out, but a really fun, exciting fall planned for you guys. Tim, we've got, of course, our Madden simulation coming up.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, when we win on that, we win in real life.
Yeah. So we have Madden highlights coming up. Let's see how we do, because so far, like you said, pretty good prediction.
I know.
Check it out.
Keep them winning.
Yeah.
Okay, see you guys next week.
down and goal now for the Bengals. 1 minute to go, 0-0 here as Burrow is in shotgun, throwing across the middle to a wide open Tyler Boyd.
What?
TD again. Look at this.
I feel like Madden loves Tyler Boyd.
We do these every Wednesday, Madden Wednesdays. Madden 23 party brought to you by the Cincinnati FEAR Esports each and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Hard Rock Cafe during the football season, as a huge grab there by T. Higgins, breaking some tackles and getting all the way down to the 50-yard line. Once again, the stage is set, though. Zim, you're going to be calling in. We're going to be having some great guests with me live at the Hard Rock Cafe at the Hard Rock Casino in downtown Cincinnati. Burrow dropping back to pass, feeling the heat, gets it to the end zone, and it is going to be caught. A contested catch by, that's really Zim, Tyler Boyd. Not on an island, in an apple orchard. Eli Apple across the middle. They know exactly what's up. Exactly. Came towards the house, wide open across the middle, and it's Jamar Chase doing a perfect gritty to put the Bengals up 3 touchdowns.
They are cooked.
If this happens, and our predictions have been pretty spot on, whether it be the way the game here on Madden Wednesday is, the way the game ends, or how close it is.
It's predicated on all these people that just failed to do their homework on the Bengals defense. The Bengals defense is just as deadly as the offense. The one thing that they've been missing early in the season is a lot of turnovers. But once they start doing that, I mean, it's like, go look at the numbers. They're top 10 run defense. They're top 10 pass offense and a lot of metrics too.
Let's go 27-7. Bengals on top under the lights for Madden Wednesdays.
I think T. Higgins has back-to-back big games. So he had a big game last week. I think he comes back with at least 120 Thursday night as well. Hey, look, can you imagine if we come out there and drop like 300-something yards, like win or lose or draw? The amount of momentum that the Bengals will have coming in, like going for the rest of the season, I just think it would outweigh everything.
Can I get greedy and ask for 525?
If they can put a string of games together so that it takes the pressure off the back end of the schedule, it will go a long way, man.
Well, and you can't not credit the offensive line for coming together, getting absolutely killed in news, on social media, on SportsCenter, everywhere. And they came and played a really, really good game with Joe Burrow this past week. I mean,
I don't think that the Dolphins are as good as their record shows. I think that they are a pretty good team, a fringe playoff team, but I think the Bengals should roll them. I really do. And I never say that. I think the Bengals could beat them by 12 to 14 points. And I wouldn't have said that a week ago.
All right, everybody. Every week, once again, starting next week, it's our Madden Wednesdays presented by the Cincinnati FEAR live at the Hard Rock Casino. Every week, it's Madden 23 party brought to you by Cincinnati FEAR Esports. Starting at 6 o'clock at the Hard Rock Cafe. During the football season, the stage is set for Wednesdays at the Sportsbook. That's already up and running. You just have to sign up and get ready for January 1. That's when it's legal here for sports gambling in the state of Ohio. HardRockSportsbook.com. I'm going to sign up as soon as we get done. Zim is going to the Hard Rock tonight, so if you're watching, look for that Jamar Chase shirt. Maybe throw some money with him on roulette.